So Joy can pass the presenter to Marcia, and I'm just gonna unmute her. Marcia, can you hear me?
Hello, Jojo. Can you hear me?
Loud and clear, loud and clear. Thank you so much. Floor is yours.
Well, Jojo, thank you so much. Well, Jojo, I have to say that, it's very important that when people reach out, we respond. And I responded because you reached out. So I thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to share a few valuable nuggets with the world and your team as well. So thank you so much, and respect to every single one of you that is on the GDA call right now. Yes, once again, my name is Marcia Grant, a single mother of one child. He's not a child no more. He's nearly 30 years of age, but he's my baby. You know how that one works. I'm also the UK pioneer of Paycation. What does that really mean? Well, basically, I was the first one to join Paycation in the UK 2 years ago. I saw the vision. I really said to myself that this is the way forward. I'm a radio presenter by profession. And the reason why I seized this opportunity is being a radio presenter, I was a bit stagnant. I didn't realize I was, because I'd play in all the fancy clubs and you name it. But I realized that actually I hadn't done enough traveling. Okay, I traveled, but not enough. And I thought if there's a way in which I could travel just as much as I play out on a weekend, then that would be amazing. And I really see where I can tie in both of them right here in Paycation. However, I am just pursuing the Paycation right now because they're both equally demanding. So my plan is to build up Paycation, which I'm doing, and building up an organization here in the UK. And then I will be introducing my radio network, which is absolutely massive. So I'm just kind of ironing out the kinks and whatever else needs to be ironed out here in the UK. And as Jojo mentioned, I'm a professional driving coach. That was another, you have to have more than one way of surviving in this world. And another profession that I have is that I'm a special driving. Well, I used to be a driving instructor normally, but having done it for 25 years, I've become an expert professional driving coach. And what that's the difference between the two is as Jojo said, is I am able to teach people to drive in a week, not years. I mean, most people learn to drive in 6 months, a year, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years. They're still trying to learn to drive, and it's so unnecessary. And I think it reminds me of some of the people that are in Paycation. They're still trying to learn to drive. They haven't even kicked off their business yet, and it's so unnecessary. You can actually get to diamond very, very fast if you apply yourself. So what I've decided to do is incorporate all my skills, my radio presenting skills, along with my professional driving instructor ability. And one of the biggest assets that I think I have is the ability to make very complicated processes simple. It doesn't matter how complicated your profession sounds or your skill sounds, they can all be broken down into what we call core competencies. And I know a lot of you are familiar with that name, but just to keep it even more simpler, right, there's the ABC in everything. Yeah, so PhDs, masters, you name it. I've managed to teach all sorts of people, judges, barristers, doctors, you name them. And there's one fundamental thing that ties all of them in, and that is, it's not about what you know, it's what you do. Okay, so no matter what, it's about what action are you taking. You could have all these letters behind your name, but it means absolutely nothing if you're not utilizing them. So that's what I mean about the ABC. So what I wanted to do is share some ABC with you guys tonight, if that's okay with you all. And what I want to do now is just talk to you about 10 fundamental ways to market Paycation. Now that sounds like, well, I already know how to do that. But wait till you see how I make this sound. I'm going to make it sound so ABC that you will be taking action on the information literally from tomorrow. So 10 fundamental ways to market Paycation. in an ABC fashion. So let's break that down. There are 10 fundamental ways to market any business. Now, the most important thing that you have to have in your mind is if you have a product or a service and nobody knows about it, you have no business. Okay, you have no business. So people need to just know about what it is you are doing. Now, how do you do that? There's thousands and thousands of different ways of getting people to know about your business. But as I said, I'm just going to just crunch it right down to some fundamentals. And I'm talking about real ABC stuff. Yeah. So let's keep it moving. There are 10 fundamental ways. And what we want to do
Hi,
is we
Marcia.
want to.
Marcia,
Yes, sir.
for some reason, we don't see the slide. I'm sorry to cut you off, but if you could accept the presenter mode,
Okay, so I will then just see if I go back to your screen and see if there's anything I have to do. Right, okay, so I'm going to press this button here and see if it will allow me to show you my screen. So, Jojo, can you let me know if you can actually see my screen,
There you go.
please?
Yeah, I can see
You
now.
can see the screen.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you heard it said.
There you go.
And so what I'm gonna do now is just run through the 10 fundamental ways to market your business in an A, B, C fashion. Now, just like with learning to drive, you have to have your end goal in mind. So most people's end goal, believe it or not, is that they want to pass a driving test. That actually it shouldn't be the end goal. That's not the end goal. The end goal should be that you want to be safe on the road for the rest of your life. Now, I hope you understand my point there. And that is your why has to be that ultimate why. So just like with driving, people are saying they want to pass the test, which is very short, and it's short term and it's not really enough. But if your goal is I want to be safe on the road for the rest of my life, then that will give you that drive to continue on. Yeah, make sense? And also, if you think about adding other things to that why, which is things like, I never want to take my children on the bus ever again, things like that, yeah? Or I never want to see another winter again where I'm jumping on 5 buses just to get to work. You know, things like that. That's strong. That will hold you. Why? Because the process of learning to drive is not easy. Come on, who told you it was? For those of you that went and learned to drive, you can remember it. You'll never forget it because you know it wasn't easy. But there was something that kept you there, whether it was for a week, a year, however long it took you to get there. You pursued and you were persistent. And I want you to liken that experience to Paycation. What is your why? What is your end goal? What is it you want to achieve? What does it look like when you have done it? One of the things why I still do that profession now, which is a driving coach, even though financially it's not the best income that I get from it, is because I love to see the end result. I love when I have helped somebody to get that pass certificate and see the impact of what it's had on their life and how it's changed their lives. So I like to see progress. I like to see progress so much that I don't like to see it dragged out when we can actually get the results much faster. So that's why I changed my way in doing business, which is if you come to me now, you will not be coming to do a 1-hour lesson or a 2-hour lesson. You are coming to do an intensive course in a week, right? So let's look at Paycation as an intensive course. You can liken these numbers to a week. You could say week 1, week 2. So this could be 10 weeks. It could be 10 days. But what we don't want it to be is 10 years. Okay? So remember that Paycation has already got the magic formula. They have everything in place. All you have to do is get it out as fast as possible. So here's a quick step through how we do this. Number 1, word of mouth. Number 2, stationery. Number 3, mobile phone. Number 4, giveaways and competition. Number 5, travel parties. Number 6, social media. Number 7, live networking. Number 8, online marketing paid. And number 9, paid offline marketing. And number 10, this is a thing that's becoming very popular, is online lead capture systems. Okay, so now we're going to just break that down again, and we're going to talk about each one, but we're going to talk about the fundamentals. Okay, so word of mouth. Why word of mouth is the best and the most important place for you to start, because it's free, and if it's done right, it actually has the best impact, because you're supposed to have some form of influence around you anyway. You're supposed to be influential to your family, your husband, your children, or somebody around you. Family. You're supposed to have some form of influence with your family, some form of influence with your friends, and some form of influence with work colleagues, as well as others, associates and others. Now, if you have no influence with any of these people, then Paycation is definitely going to be the best vehicle for you, even if it's to develop that kind of influence. So the worst that can happen to you by pursuing this particular technique, which is word of mouth marketing, is that you're going to end up being a person of influence. How does that sound? Sounds good, right? So take that nugget away, that it's very important that you use that word of mouth that you have, which is you opening your mouth with excitement and sharing the opportunity with your friends, family, work colleagues, and other associates. This is an ongoing thing, right? Now, you might say, I've exhausted my family, and you've exhausted your friends, yes? And you've exhausted your work colleagues. But one thing you can never do is exhaust associates, because we come across them every day. And if you are not getting anywhere with your family and friends and work colleagues, I keep saying this and I'll say it again, develop yourself so that you become a person of influence. Because when you become a person of influence, this is the first time I have ever spoken to Jojo on a one-to-one like this. I think I've met him very briefly at the conventions, but like this. And it's what it is there's like a magnet. And it's because I've become a person of influence. It's as simple as that. They will come to you. You will not have to go to people. We are attracted to successful people or people of influence. So that's the tip I'm going to give you there with the word of mouth. Okay. Number 2, stationery. You need tools. Okay. You could not think about learning to drive if you didn't meet certain criteria, like you have to have a provisional license. You can't be blind. You have to be able to see number plates, and it goes on. I don't know why people feel they can be in a business and they don't have any stationery. They don't have any flyers. I've asked so many people in Paycation, do you have any flyers? No. Do you have any business cards? No. These top two are absolutely fundamental if you want people to take you seriously. Postcards, that's another winner. Okay, why is a postcards winner? Because you can go to I don't know if you can do it in America, but in England you can go to one of the local newsagents and they have you pay like £1 or £2 a week, and you can put a postcard in the window. Yeah, banners. We're talking banners. I'm talking like what you saw. I'm on a vacation or something. Yeah, that is just that you can put up. So it will come in handy at some point. So these are 4 fundamental tools that you should have in order for you to manage a business. You need some flyers. You definitely need business cards. You cannot be telling people that you're in the travel industry and you don't have business cards. It's just so unprofessional. Postcards, which I was telling you, is a very cheap form of marketing. You can put them in the shop windows. We can do that here in the UK, and I'm hoping Jojo can elaborate on that a bit later in America. And banners, they don't cost much, but it's absolutely worth it. I promise you that you will eventually, especially if you've done number 1, which is becoming a person of influence, you will get sign-ups by being prepared like this, by having your professional stationery around you. So number 3 is your mobile phone. Now, funny enough, I used to hate WhatsApp, and I used to hate what's the other one they've got now? There's a Viber. Yeah, I used to hate. My son is just all over that stuff, and I used to think it was a waste of time. I used to sit there every day watching him, sending texts. He was just addicted to just being on his phone, looking at the screen, WhatsApp, text, and I'm thinking this is ridiculous. But then when I realized what was happening and looked around me in a very short space of time, I actually realized the whole world is going virtual, and you've got to wake up to that reality. Okay, the whole world is going, I'd say, in the matrix. So if the world is going virtual and you're still on the outside, I promise you, you will get left behind. So we are all married to our mobile phones now. So sad. It's really, really, really sad, but it's the truth. And it's that bad that if somebody loses their phone, they actually start grieving. And when they start telling you that they've lost it, it sounds like they lost their husband or wife or child. It really is that serious if somebody loses their phone. So because people are so addicted now to technology, and especially the mobile phone, it just makes sense that we get to understand how to use it. And for me, I'm just sharing what I've experienced, okay? And WhatsApp is very good, very good. It's instant. It's much more instant than text messages. So WhatsApp, bam, you've got them straight away. Text messages, Viber is another one, and there are others, all right? But let's just focus on the top 2 for now. And that is, if you're not using WhatsApp to send messages and get the word out, something is wrong, okay? And you should be doing that every day. Now, most people think about their phone as a private thing, but no way. You in that case have 2, okay? Because you need to have a business WhatsApp so that you can get groups. You can get into groups, and I'm not telling you to spam them. I hate spamming, and nobody's telling you to spam anything. But you can very, very naturally become a person of influence, and you can show people that process, and they will naturally gravitate towards you. And then you build on it. And I always say this to people, the same way that you made friends. You never made friends by going out there boasting and bragging and look at me, and look what I can. You will turn people off. So the same way that you had to use skill in order to develop friendships with people, it's the same way you have to use that skill, but you're just developing associate relationships. So there's friendships and there's association relationships. You need association relationships. They're not friend relationships, they're association relationships. And it could be that the only thing we have in common is that when it comes to business, you can present business to me. You might not even be able to have personal conversations with certain people, but they're quite happy. Hey, anytime you have a business proposition, bring it to me. There's nothing wrong with that. So I hope I've made it clear that we need to start using our mobile phone in a much more effective way. And it's not just there to be used on a personal level. All right. So number 4 is giveaways and competitions. So this is powerful because human beings like to feel as if they're getting a deal or a bargain. It's just how we're inbuilt. Even if you're a billionaire, I've met a few of them, they're still looking for a bargain. They just like that buzz of look, I got something here. Yeah. And so therefore we can utilize things like giveaways and competitions. You've got condo deals in Paycation. Yeah. We have condo deals. We have free travel portals. We have the Platinum Club joining fee. So let me just break that down. Condo deals in Paycation go, I'd say £100. I think that's about $160 or something like that in America. Yeah. So £100. You think about that marketing of giving away a beautiful week stay for up to 4 people to stay in Mexico. Do you not feel that that would be effective marketing by actually investing in £100 to give away, which will create so much excitement to that person or whoever is trying to enter the competition or whatever it is you're doing? And the next one is free travel portal. I don't really use this one too much, but I know it's a tool that at some point, depending on who it is, you might just want to say, hey, you know what, I've got something free for you. I can give you a free travel portal right now, 5 minutes, and it's free. Depending on what kind of clientele it is. I have actually signed up somebody into Paycation by dripping on them. So instead of going all out and heavy with them, I just said, hey, I've got something for you. You know, I know you like to travel. How about I set you up with a free travel portal? That's it. That's no more conversation. All right. And then the platinum joining fee. Right. So how much does it cost to join the platinum club? In US, I think it's $30, $29.95, and $24.95 per month. I'm not saying that you pay for their whole entire year's platinum monthly fee, but you could reimburse the $29. As a giveaway competition, you could say, the first 10 people that join the Platinum Club, I am going to reimburse your joining fee. And you could just send them via PayPal or whatever, and that's an incentive. And banners, next one is banners. You can give away those banners. You know, I'm on a Paycation. And the magazine, yeah? The magazine is very important. They've got a magazine, they've got T-shirts and books. Yeah, books have value. So that's the kind of stuff that we can be doing. So yeah, that's just basically how I see giveaways on a very basic level. Number 5 is travel parties. Travel parties. Now, this is absolutely crucial. I went from 5 people in my kitchen to 2 years ago in the UK to now where we are responsible for nearly 2,000 people in the UK. And it all happened from a travel party in my kitchen. So the reason why it's important not to ignore this is because the power of compounding. Yeah? 1 and 1 makes 2, 2 and 2 makes 4, 4 and 4 makes 8, 8 and 8 makes 16. I promise you, if I keep duplicating that 30 times, we will have well in excess of 5 million. So if you had a travel party and you only had 5 people there, don't say, oh my God, that was not successful. It was very successful. Because if the next travel party you do, you have 10, you've doubled. And if you can just keep doubling the numbers, I promise you, you will be very, very excited. You know, and if it took you 6 months to a year to build your Paycation business to where you have 2,000 people, then you're going to be very, very happy. So it all starts with the travel parties. And then what you want to do is if you've got 5 people there, you want to book a travel party from the travel party. So out of the 5 people, you say to them, those that join Paycation, I will actually help you launch your business. Okay, so most of you know this, but I'm making sure that on a very basic level, you get this, because sometimes we get overwhelmed with so much stuff that we tend to get lost in it all. So I'm just kind of bringing everybody back to simplicity and structure. So travel parties, home, right in your home. That's the best place. It just, for me, I get the most sign-ups and conversions from doing travel parties at home rather than venues. So you could have a venue with 100 people and you only had 5 sign-ups, and yet you could do a travel party and you had 2 sign-ups with 5 people. So the home party actually was more effective than having the venue with 100 people. So it might look all hyped up, but at the end of the day, you only had 5 sign-ups. Yeah. So restaurants, that's another thing. You know, you can hire restaurants now, and you don't even have to pay a venue fee if you get the numbers in. So if you could, you know, get 20 people at a restaurant, there's no reason why they wouldn't give you access to the what do you call it, meeting room or whatever they have there. Or you could just get a small table and let them know you're planning to do a presentation. And a presentation doesn't always have to be with this big, you know, plasma screen in front of you. A presentation could be just a flip chart, yeah? And then the classic one, which is hotels. Now, with venues, there's a difference between venues and hotels. Hotels is standard. We all know that's where most of the meetings are held. But venues could be at your office. A venue could be just at the back of the church. So venues is just somewhere where you can house a meeting. So number 6 is social media. Now, this is another one that, as I said to you, with my son, he used to drive me crazy with this. And this is the Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, and YouTube. Now, Facebook is so powerful. And remember, I'm a radio presenter. And you have to understand that as a radio presenter, you have one channel versus another. So you know, you got Smooth FM versus Jazz FM, you know, and but the thing is, we are all on the same radio width band. So it's a case of when you turn in the dial, you turn in the dial and something holds your attention, and then you decide, I'm sticking with this Jazz FM because I just love their music. But remember, we are all on the same width band, depending on which country. But can you imagine now why I got excited with Facebook? Because I'm thinking, wait a minute, there is no width band here. The whole world, well, literally 3/4 of the planet, is on Facebook. I'm like, what? No. Who invented this? Okay, we all know the story of Facebook. I was like, I can't believe this. The whole world literally is on Facebook. So now it's a question of how do I get them to stay on my station? So what is the station? The station is your profile page. You are your own radio station. So if you limit your radio station to friends and family, which most people do when they have Facebook page, that is just so boring, no disrespect. But I think there's a place for that. I think you should have a Facebook page. If you're going to have your friends and family, then just have a Facebook page with your friends and family. That's it. But when you really want to take your business seriously, then you really do need to have a fan page. And that should not be made up of your friends and family. That now should be made up of associates and business people, and it's endless what you can do, and you're not restricted. You're just targeting certain audience. So Facebook is very powerful, and it's free. I can't even believe it. It's free, but you've got to know how to use it. So Facebook is very powerful, and then you've got Instagram. Now I've not even delved into the Instagram yet, because the way I see it, for me personally, I want to master one thing first. But I know there are people who do know Instagram very well, and they use it, and they're also exposing their business with it. So, and then there's another one, that's Snapchat. That's all I know. That's all I know is the name Snapchat for now. YouTube, that is another powerful source. However, I will say this again: do not start doing YouTube videos if you don't know what you're doing. I did not say you have to be an expert at doing YouTube, but you do need to know what you're doing, because you're now exposing yourself, and whatever you put out on YouTube, it's there. It's a video. You've made a video, and you do not want to live to regret whatever video you put out there. So make sure you think about what you're doing before you do it. You do not have to be no expert. It does not have to be polished and professional and all of that stuff. Sometimes I've got some very quirky things on YouTube, but I'm not going to live to regret whatever's out there. All right, and that's as simple as that. You just don't want to live to regret whatever you put out there, because even when you're no longer alive, sorry, I'm being a bit blunt here, that's still going, and you need to remember that. All right. So number 7 is live networking. Now this is absolutely crucial. Live networking is that you are out now, which is a lot of people are not out anymore. People just don't. People are hibernating in their homes. The virtual world is taking over. So if you do get a chance to go out live, then you seriously have to network. So live networking, you're at events. What events? It could be somebody's wedding, somebody's funeral. Actually, I think the only place that is not right for you to network is a funeral. Yeah? But outside of that, you should be networking every time you're attending an event. You're going to the races, you're going somewhere, you're going Asda, yeah? Whatever you're doing, as there is a shopping centre here in the UK, like supermarket, wherever you are, especially supermarkets, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, whatever event you're attending, you need to be networking, okay? So you're just going to tell people about your opportunity. Parties, you know, you're going for a good night out with your friends, yeah? You've got to be networking. That is, they're in the right environment, and you subtly bring it in. Hey, partying, traveling, partying, traveling. It goes hand in hand. Yeah. Transportation. Now, any form of transportation that you're doing, like you're jumping on a tube or a coach or a train or a plane, especially a plane, you've got to be networking while you're actually transporting yourself around. After all, we're in the travel business. Yeah. And then last but not least is the holidays and trips. You're on a holiday and you're not networking. No, of course you're not, because you're on holiday. But this doesn't have to feel like it's separate. It's actually absolutely perfect. I mean, while I'm on holiday, I have to be taking footage. And most people are taking footage when they're on holiday. The problem is that footage is on their computer and nobody knows about the fact that they went to Lanzarote or wherever they've been. Nobody knows about it. Facebook's not on there. Facebook is nowhere. And it's like, well, wait a minute. Why are you taking all these pictures and then you've got them piled up on the computer for 10 years? That makes absolutely no sense. It actually, this is where you get paid to travel. This is where you get paid to travel, because we're going to travel anyway, and people are spending a fortune on travel anyway. It just makes sense to get paid for it. So how would you get paid? It's because you're going to take these pictures and these videos, and now you're going to be posting them. And I promise you, the more you travel and take these lovely pictures around the world when you're traveling, is the more people will want to join your opportunity. So that's what we mean. For me, that's what I mean by getting paid to travel. Nothing to do with a compensation plan or anything like that. It's that I'm going to be traveling anyway, and it just makes sense for me to utilize the footage, yeah, and trips, any form of trips that you're doing, conventions, whatever, anything you're doing, you should be networking. So there it is, live networking at any of these events, absolutely crucial. So now we move on, paid online marketing. Sometimes you can shortcut this whole process only when you have utilized the steps before. Because now you're going to learn something. You're going to learn that, wait a minute, is there a shortcut to me getting round to Facebook, and a shortcut to Google, and a shortcut to YouTube? Yes, there is, but you have to pay for it. It's as simple as that. Now, this presentation is not about these things. I'm not here to break them down. What I am here to do is to make you focus on 10 very important things. So you can do Facebook adverts, Google advertising, YouTube advertising, and there are others where you can pay for them. But as I said, it keeps coming back to you. You don't want to start paying out money if you don't know what you're doing. So you want to learn the first 7 steps first, and then you will have an idea of what you're prepared, and you know what you're talking about, so you know what you want to seek out. So number 9 is paid offline marketing. And that is shop windows, yes, newspaper, magazines, stalls and stands and others. So I told you about the shop windows already. I said to you, if you've got your postcards, you can go and advertise it. You can speak to the owners and say, hey, I'd like to put this in your shop window for a week or a month or a year. You know, how much would it cost me? Newspaper, magazines. You might have some local connections with your local newspaper, and you can do a little insert, magazine, same. Stalls and stands, you know, there's an event coming up and you know that there's going to be a certain caliber of people. You might want to go and get a banner and have a little stall there, you know, and others. So that's just on a basic fundamental level. And number 10 is lead capture pages. I know this is becoming quite popular, okay? So I'm going to start in the right order, okay? The right order is your own website, your own Paycation website, whatever it is. Mine is uk.paycation.com. So whatever yours is, you've got that. It's a lead capture page. People can go on there and contact you, but obviously it's just very basic. But it is there and it's free. The next one now is Text Your Prospect, which is the official endorsement of a lead capture page, you know, that you can have that relationship with. I think you pay about $20 a month on a basic level, and it just helps you to take it to another level, okay? Because you can now have the video in there, you can have your business card in there, you know, it will then capture their basic information, that you can text them and things like that. So Text Your Prospect is there for you, and if you do, contact Richard, tell him Marcia sent you, and yeah, he will help you. If you have no clue how to do it, just go to Richard and he will help you to set up your Text Your Prospect website, lead capture page. Then there's simple lead capture pages. There are simple ones out there. There's too many to mention, but I would recommend that you start on a very basic first, and then you can start advancing yourself if you feel, look, I need a little bit more technology and things like that, because you can get overwhelmed with this stuff, yeah? And then there's just other different types of lead capture pages on a more advanced level. So this is what I'm going to end with, and that is, how do I piece this all together, Marcia? Thank you. It's been good, but how do I actually piece this all together? Well, let's just get started. Let's get started. And there's no excuse. These four things that I've got here, you should be doing them daily. Social media, you should be using it and posting and commenting and doing whatever, making your profile look good and everything. You should be doing that every day. The next thing is your mobile phone. You need to be using that and sending out messages, texts, and things like that. And number three, you have to be giving out some form of business card on your travels, on the tube, on the train, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, because you are living. Whatever you're doing, you need to have your stationery so that you can expose the opportunity. And travel parties. If you're not already doing a travel party, you definitely need to be doing travel parties. And as I said, start right in your home if you want. And your uplines are definitely 100% there to help you. Right, well, my name is Marcia Grant. I'm the UK pioneer of Paycation. I hope you've enjoyed the nuggets that I have shared with you all. Thank you. Back over to you, Jojo.
Wow, Marcia, thank you so much. It's really an absolute pleasure to have you in this call. And I do have to mention again that I know it's 3 a.m. Right now. It's about quarter to 4 a.m. there in your place in the time zone where you are. So it shows a lot of your commitment and professionalism. It's bar none. So I do want to thank you on behalf of all these people that are here, GDA leadership, and all the leaders that are here from across the globe. I just want to thank you so much, and want to see you again. Looking forward to see you again soon in any of the Paycation events. I hope it'll be sooner than our Paycation convention in Las Vegas.
Thank you so much.
Right.
God bless you.
Yeah, God bless you. So, guys, just wanna a brief takeaway from what Marcia shared to us. One of the things that I was writing down some notes, as she was talking, and one of the things that really got me is she said, "Paycation is simple. It has already a package, created a package for us. All we gotta do is get it out as fast as we can." A very simple statement that's a spark created a spark on me that Paycation already has a package, already done everything for us, and all we need to do is try to get it out as fast as we can. And the tools that Marcia has gave us or shared to us, 10 tools, you can pick and choose. We don't have to use all of them. As you can pick and choose what you're comfortable with. But it's great knowing that there's some type of a lot of good insights from Marcia, thinking about it, putting it together from a simple social media tool, live networking, uh, paid online offline. Paid online offline. It didn't occur to me that that's a great marketing tool that we can do. And plus, of course, the very basic, the very fundamentals, how we grow our business, the travel party. She would always say travel party. We can always duplicate, the power of compounding effect. One and one is two, two and two is four, and that's great. And it's coming back to fundamentals, running this business. Like on the day that you got started, that excitement, that learning experiences. It's so good to hear that again from none other than regional. And that's why she's a pioneer. She's a diamond because of what she does. And again, it's so exciting to hear this every Monday. It prepares us from the entire week of all the things that we want to do. But I wanted to hear also. There are lots of leaders here in this call right now. Different places: U.S., Japan. What else? We have in the U.S. We have some from Florida, national executives from California, Texas. Too many to mention. We have people from L.A. From Cavite, Chicago, of course, Philippines there, and so many. If I miss some of you, I do apologize. And I just looking at the places. If you could do me a favor, next time we have a webinar, um, put your just like some of the people that are here, they have their the place where they're dialing from, so that we can properly acknowledge you. Not necessarily we would like to see your positions, just to pretty much recognize you. We have IE Dave Baguyo, we know he's from Florida, and IE Randy de Santa Teresa, no from Houston, and we also have IE Nanette from Chicago. We have IE Cherry Ordonez, also from California. We would appreciate if you could just put your the place where you're from, so that we can be familiar with each other, so we know where you're dialing from. If you're a new person here, it's okay. Just next time you can just put that across your name. And thank you so much for doing that. Let me just pass this on to give some floor to my sponsor, uh, Diamond Joy de la Rosa from California. What's her takeaway from this Monday mindset training? And I'm just very excited. I can't just tell you how excited I am to hear someone just like in the caliber of Marcia Grant doing webinar with us. Um, Good, good. Joy De La Rosa says she has no microphone. Then it's gonna be a let's just be silent and let's just try to think what she's gonna say. I'm just kidding. Let's just go. Oh, shut away. Let's just go to of course, one of our top leaders here in Paycation, especially in GDA, the driving force in opening up another market. Just want to hear directly from him. I know he's going to have a meeting, upcoming meeting, and just specific for this webinar. Just want to hear something from Diamond Raymond Reyes, if you can hear me. Diamond Raymond, can you um, talk about something here? Thank you.
Hey Joe,
Hey, Ian, go ahead.
yeah, can you hear me okay?
Yes, yes, loud and clear. Platform is yours.
Wow, amazing. I was really intently listening to our Diamond sister here, Marcia Grant. Thank you so much, Diamond sis from UK. And we really do appreciate your commitment for being with us today or tonight. It's early morning in UK, and I'm so impressed with the professionalism that our regional diamond is showing us. This is how we do things here, guys, with the committed leaders that we have in the industry, especially here in vacation travel. I'm so impressed, and of course, I'm still learning from her, especially the way he represents herself. How professional she is, and from now onwards, I'm gonna be better on duplicating what he does. And of course, the system that she was using is simple and duplicatable. At the same time, this is of the fundamentals, and she was really right that we have a lot of trainings and a lot of knowledge that's being thrown on us by the leadership and wherever we get it online. But the thing is, very true. We need to get back to the fundamentals so that it's not going to be confusing for us, because if we are confused, then definitely we will not be able to really teach down the right things to our organization. And I do appreciate you, Jojo, for really reaching out to our diamond sister Marcia Grant and putting this STS together tonight. And I'm so impressed with how you do and handle things to be able to get us going. You know me. I'm always inspired with what you do with your, being so strong as a leader, and I look up to you very well, very high. And I'm so excited also that you are part of the top leadership that will be doing the training in Fort Lauderdale during our yacht experience together with our CEO and President Malcolm Peace, and of course CEO David Manning. Actually, I just got off a meeting with these two gentlemen tonight, and I'm so excited with what we have come up together between the three of us. Still confidential, and we are putting together things, and we look forward for better tomorrow. So again, guys, hang on tight, and of course, be ready to soar high. Thank you so much for being here, everyone, and may God bless everyone. Thank you so much. Diamond Jojo, back to you.
Wow, thank you, thank you. Thanks for leadership, Diamond Raymond. Really, truly appreciate you, and thanks for mentioning that. I was. I hope it's not a typo that my name was included in that Florida training. But I'm so excited. I'm ready to get there and share the platform with all the top leaders in Paycation. So that's going to be on June 24th in Fort Lauderdale. Now, here's what I want to do, guys. If you could um, just work with me here. Let's try to give some love back to our guest from UK. It's 3 a.m. She got up. She actually got on 2:30 a.m. 30 minutes before our start time here. So that's a whole lot of sacrifice. I know that because we had a webinar that we changed the schedule from last week was the last day. It was 12 midnight, a webinar, and I thought for myself, I'll be honest with you, I thought it was too late for me to start a webinar at 12 midnight. I did it once or twice, but never really got it consistent because it's what 12 midnight for me to talk about, presentation and be there. So I'm, as a leader, I accept that was my weakness in terms of that timing. And then now I see this lady from UK wanted to do a webinar at 3 a.m. So that's a big inspiration to me and a learning experience. Like she said, if you're invited, you got to accept it because it's just an honor. I just met her once in Memphis. We bumped into each other. We were registering for the event. And I knew her, from the picture that I see from Facebook, and then we just got connected. Say, hey, can I invite you? And share your story, share some nuggets to our team. She just said yes, put me on that schedule. That I'm so glad it finally happened, and we can't wait to put her back here. I'm pretty sure in the next few weeks or so. Now let's hear from some other people here. Some of our partners here. I know Dave has put up some. It would be nice, guys, to hear from you. Any of you, just unmute yourself. I'll give you some time. Let's share what you've learned from us here. I know you've learned a lot, but talk something about it. Show her how we appreciate her and the things that you've done for us tonight. It's just open. You can just unmute your side and start talking. I guess we can start with Christine in Orlando, Florida, because I just saw her text message. Christine, can you unmute your side and just start talking, or anybody can just unmute and talk. If you cannot, Christine, it's okay. We'll start with Dave. I'll unmute Dave right now. Mr. Dave Baguya, or IE from Florida. Dave, can you talk?
Yes, sir. You guys hear me?
Yes, yes, yes. Go ahead, brother.
Well, first of all, thanks, for this platform. I mean, this training is really, very, educational at the same time. We learn from each other regardless of, what position we have, in the company. So this truly tonight, she just summed up everything, Uh, I haven't even used Snapchat yet, so I have a Viber, WhatsApp, but I don't have Snapchat, and I know people are using that, frequently in many ways. But I've heard also some other leaders in the industry that Snapchat is also good, another tool that you can use. I'm an IT guy, and and of course she's right. I can probably speak on the technology side, and also obviously Facebook. That really works if you know how to engage with a prospect. I had also a training on that one, which I'm going to be revisiting soon as well. And also, she's right. You should have some kind of a daily method of operation. The daily action plan, she calls it. To be ready, to actually market your business. You can't really go out in a battle, without a weapon. So you have to be ready all the time. Make sure you have bullets. Make sure you present yourself well. And be professional. So those things I really like, actually. And she just nailed it. She actually it was simple but thorough at the same time, and it's very duplicatable. So I can't wait to listen to it again. That's all for me. Back to you, Jojo.
All right, thanks, brother. Don't worry for you guys. I recorded that. You can pass it on to your team. And it's great. Nice hearing from you, David. Hey, listen, I don't also use Snapchat, but maybe you and I can practice that, right? Send me some Snapchat messages. We're like
That's right.
old school IT. I can even create a flyer for my event. So I asked Giselle to do that for me. Sometimes Randy. So
That's right. We're all learning.
that's fine. That's fine. That's okay. We're all learning. So I'm gonna unmute Christine. She said she couldn't do it. So right now, Christine, you're unmuted. You can enable your microphone if you want and start. There you go. You're green right now, but I can't hear you. Uh, how about your volume on your side? You good? Okay, it looks like they're having a technical difficulty on her side. Um, I'm sure she has a lot to say, but briefly, she typed here that she appreciates you, Marcia, for your leadership and dedication. And she just basically wanted to thank you for sharing and giving us some nuggets. So I just said that for you, Christine. Next time, let's work together and work that out on the technical side uh, to enable that audio. Thanks for trying, though. Thanks so much. So, anybody else who wanted to give some love back to our guests in the UK and other side of the pond, will be appreciated. Okay, Misty, MRG, me. Okay, go ahead, Misty. I'm gonna unmute you. Hold on one second. See if you can enable your audio now, Misty, and introduce your name. I'm not sure if
Can
I'm
you
calling
hear
it right.
me?
Yes, I can hear you. Go ahead.
Yes. Hi. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Great. From Los Angeles, California. This is Marie. Actually, my first name is Marie from Los Angeles, California. And I've actually gotten some leads doing some of the things that Diamond Marcia Grant or Marcia Grant mentioned. The giveaways are definitely a plus when you are at a function or an event. They stir up a lot of interest for your business. And I just recently started the business here in Los Angeles, and I was at an event in San Pedro with my upline, Mr. Merwin Montenegro. Awesome, fearless leader, as I call him. And I got at least 10, 15 leads from that. So the giveaways are a definite plus. Social media, I'm constantly on Facebook, constantly on Instagram. They do muster up business as far as for bookings. I haven't gotten any actual people who want to sign up with me yet, but I am, like I said, I just started. So I've enjoyed her. Thank you so much for all the tidbits. They make a difference. Thank you very much.
Wow, thank you so much to you for sharing it to us, Marie. Right? Did I call you right, Marie from Los Angeles? Um, didn't quite hear that, but
Yes, that's correct.
okay. Thank you, appreciate that. So, guys, it's open floor. Anybody
Yes, I
else?
can hear you. Thank you.
All right, thank you. We appreciate you. Looking forward to talk to you more often and be here on our webinar. So we got a lot of leaders here. I can just pick one of them, and I hope they're in a good spot. Not a lot of background noise, so they can speak. Let me just start with maybe our international executive from Houston. Maybe Randy Santaresa can share something what he's learned today or tonight from our regional diamond in the UK. Randy? All right. So I guess Randy also is having a lot of audio issues in uh, in here. So I'm gonna cut off that. I'll mute Randy. Anybody else, guys? I just don't want to pick you. Maybe you're in a different spot, some bad spots, or you're in a party, or maybe you're on your cell phone driving. We don't want you to get in trouble, getting tickets, or getting accidents. So if you're driving, it's okay. But anybody, like Dave said, regardless of position, we come together as one. We're learning from each other, and whatever maybe you have something to share, something that you've learned from, we can learn from you, just like what everybody here is saying. It just surprises me. There's a lot of people here that has stayed here, and Red Lady Travel. Thank you so much, Marcia. I appreciate the nuggets. I appreciate you much. That's from Red Lady Travel. Wherever you're from, Red Lady, thank you so much for that thought. I just read it back to Marcia. Great job, Marcia. Oh, you know what? We have one of our upcoming leaders here. It's always fun to hear from her, and we know that she's one of our serious player in this market, and she's always here present. And there's a lot of things that has happened in the last month or so, and we're glad that she's back here with us. And let me just unmute Miss Daphne, if she can hear me, Miss Daphne Soledad from our national executive here in Houston, Texas. Hey, Daphne, can you hear me, Daphne?
Hi, hello.
Hi, Daphne. Go ahead.
I got it. I started late with the webinar, but I did learn a lot from about the social media. I only know a few social media that I use is Facebook and Pinterest. So I still need to yeah. So Marcia really presented the different tools that we can really take advantage of, and it's actually free as well. So I'm gonna probably start open an account for Instagram as well. I think I've heard about Instagram as well. So yeah, so very nice webinar, and I hope to hear from Marcia more. And I think that's all from here from Houston. All right, thank you for the webinar tonight.
Right. Thank you, Daphne. So it made us, you, me, and Dave Baguyo, all three of us, start to have to learn Snapchat. So
Okay, I think my kids know better, know the Snapchat better than I do, so maybe they'll open an account for me.
oh, thank
Okay, all right, thank you, Jaja.
thank you, Daphne. Appreciate you always for all that you do. Let's hear from one of our national executive. How about let's see, Miss from LA, and one of the leaders, top leaders of LA, and also Team Cavite, Miss Olis, our national executive, Olis from LA. Miss Olis, I just unmuted your side. If you could share us your thoughts, will be appreciated. If you can hear us, thank you. So let's give her some time. Maybe she's unmuting her side.
Hello, everyone.
There you go. Hi.
Can you hear me?
We can hear you loud and clear.
Yes, hi. Thank you for calling me. Yes, I did get a lot of nuts and nuggets, and I did really take notes, and it was so inspirational to me. And I would gladly will share this to all my team in LA and of course Team Cavite. For all the products, of course, that she had showed us, and all this um, things that we need to expose ourselves, expose our businesses, and all the products. There's so many creative ways that we can do that too, possibly. And then think of what we can do as a network marketing, and it will do a lot of things. We can create and maintain a lot of list of people, to prospect and how to get hold of them, and of course, study well about our business, vacation travel, and you know, our, it will manage our beliefs and study, listen to, and watch other people's success. And also, we create a business plan. I learned that, and I was thinking like, yes, I should do this, and treat the opportunity like any new career, and dedicate yourself to mastering it, right? And learn to sell the income opportunity as well as you might sell the products. And of course, the people are going to be interested in making money. I would say that don't push ropes. Work with the willing. Work only with those who works, not those who promise to work. And then give yourself an options. I think which to pick your leaders and make them a good leader. And I would show myself too as a big example, a good leader. And prospect also is though you believe everyone is at least interested, and that would be good. Prospecting. Uh, at the same time, you choose the best leaders of them. Okay, and what else? I've learned so many things, so it's just going through my mind right now. But it is very exciting. I always learn things from a lot of speakers. That's why I'm always on it. I take notes and I share that, and I get excited all the time. I learn so many things, and and I hope everyone does too. And that's it for me. So here you go, Jojo.
Oh, thank you, thank you, Ma'am Oli. Um, just for anybody out there who don't know yet, Mom Elise actually traveled to the Philippines, built her team, and her team right now, most of them are here on the call each and every week. I've seen Team Cavite logging in, grinding, motivating themselves, learning. Leaders follow leaders, and she was able to put up. And I've heard they have a training center and office put up on the brief period that she stayed in the Philippines, which I can tell you it's not as easy to do. I was there for like 3 weeks last November. I wasn't able to create as much success as she did. So I salute you, Mama Alice. Thank you so much for your leadership and for all that you do in GDA. And there's many more to come, and more leaders to come in your team. And congratulations. Now, let's just move on quickly to one of our leaders in Chicago, very solid, our international executive, Ate Nanette. If you could hear me, really want to hear from you, takeaway or anything that you can share with us from this call. Ready, Ate Nanette? I can see you're unmuted your side. Maybe increase your volume if you can, or maybe unmute your oh, I hope she can. The Atinanet could figure it out. Really nice to hear from her. Allow then to leave. All right. So you know what, guys? Let's do this next time. Um, we want to give everybody a chance to at least to hear from you. Let's do this next time, right? When we log into our webinar, let's say simple hello. Just make sure we can hear you, so that next time when your time is up, we can just run it as smooth as possible. So we don't want to miss any important information directly from you. We value each and everyone's thoughts. We value, of course, your leadership, and we're all craving for the things that we're going to learn from you. And just too sad and too bad we can't hear anything just because of this the technical difficulty. So next time, that's what we do. When you log in, just say hi, hello. Just make sure that your side is heard, so that we can get it going next time. But thank you, Atinanet, for trying. Just can't hear you on this side, but next time. So one last, we have about 2-3 minutes left. We're just gonna call on it's more than an hour, 7 minutes after an hour. We're just gonna call on one last individual here, one of our leaders or whatever you want to share. Yep. Of course, we want to hear from her. She was the one. We had an event here on Friday, and one of our leaders needed help in the at the what do you call it, registration desk, and I just basically talked to her. She's our regional executive here in Houston. I said, you know what, can you help us in the registration? And she just said, okay, I'll do it without any question. She just did it, and of course, our leader, one of our leaders there, she said she would love to really see her more often in the event because she just brings so much positive vibes in the event because of her always smiling and always ready to help. So let me just unmute Daphne, our regional executive here in Houston. By the way, she's a sister of Daphne, so it'd be nice to hear from from a sister. Daphne, can you and just enable your audio, and I hope we can hear from you. I already unmuted your side. There you go. Hello. Okay, let's wait. Daph. Okay, she's trying right now. So you're unmuted right now. So yep. No, it's okay. I guess today is the day of is the no audio day or no audio Monday. So we get that. The powerful D&D. Okay, so she just disconnected and got back to try to connect. Now I have two connections, and I can see her. She's trying. While she's trying, I'm gonna unmute this one. Okay, so I'm gonna unmute the other one. Try it again, please.
Hello?
There.
Hi.
Hello. Thank you. Thank you.
Hi, can you hear me okay?
Very clear, loud and clear. All yours. Thanks, Daphne.
Okay. Yeah, thank you, Marcia Grant, for the very good webinar. And I'm definitely, like my sister, would try to open more accounts. And that's it.
Wow. Thank you. That's very exciting. uh, No, your excitement alone rubs on us, and thank you for your presence, your always smiling presence, and glad to have you here. Right,
I'm glad to be here. Thank you.
you guys, we appreciate each and every one of you, regardless whether you're able to mute, unmute, or talk or not. You made up this webinar. Each and every one is important. Your leadership. Some people have already gotten out. We've passed 1 hour, but because of the excitement, we just don't want to stop this thing, right? Next Monday, hope to see you guys. We have another special guest. Watch out for the flyer. Again, thank you all. Vacation, keep going. A lot of good news. And by the way, just a bonus. Earlier today, from 11 a.m. to almost more past 1 p.m., more than 2 hours Central Time, we had a Diamond update call. We had the VP of Marketing and Training, Barry Donaldson, updated us with a lot of good things, a lot of good information. We're not allowed to share it to you yet. Let's wait for the company announcement. And also, Mr. David Manning laid out a lot of good plans and so excited. And he's asking for prayers because he's going to make a major decision that will elevate again, right? Elevate again and again this vacation opportunity for each and every one of us. Let's just wait for that announcement. I'm very excited. I just can't contain this excitement. I can't stop just being excited, just hearing it directly from the owner. So guys, again, have a good week. Enjoy the rest of the Monday. Good night, good morning to everyone. This webinar is officially over.